はい。
キーコードよろしいですか？
大丈夫。
はい。そしてお預かりいたします。35円のチャージでございます。はい、ありがとうございます。お待ちください。
Well, really accounting for the past and providing truth about the past. Yeah, there is a difference. And one can see it also in the references to others increase our references to the notion of men. This is not remember bad things. The establishment of a collective memory, of a selective memory, without accountability, forgetting certain things and focusing on others. Although there is only one scope, they seem not to act remembering in anger, remembering bad things. I was really impressed and I would like to come back to our key issue. What's really the relevance now of the Greeks and Romans to our age? And you showed us very nicely, and you just brought issues up of your big research on emotions. So both topics kind of are linked with emotions, and emotions are certainly universal things, not particular to Greek and Romans. So my suggestion would be, and I guess you would agree, what is really relevant for us nowadays is that the Greeks and Romans in a particular way left us important intellectual thoughts and sources, and left us rituals and thoughts how you could deal with emotions. And isn't that what is really relevant for us now? Yes, this is also an important aspect, for instance, of the study of philosophy historiography. It's the fact that in a very, very critical manner, and having in mind us. They're not only doing it for themselves. This is for instance, I'm writing this as a property in eternity, as long as phenomena. This, in a sense, summarizes what you were saying, for instance, about the universality of emotions, or the universality of certain phenomena. Despite this universality, of course, as a historian, always stress the fact that things are nevertheless different. Anger in antiquity is not the same as anger today, because of social and cultural parameters that those variations. But what the value of the Greek paradigm is not to teach us how to behave, but to make us more conscious and more sensitive towards a critical view of phenomena that otherwise might remain unobserved. Yes, please. Thank you very much for a very excellent talk. Would it be fair to say in your mind that the Greeks had a very, very sophisticated understanding of what we might consider the modern political process? I am always hesitant to use the Greeks. Since Greeks, especially in not only the Islamic influences and other features of Greeks, but Greeks under certain conditions, certain ways, and very often Greeks have suffered. That is, it is the process of suffering, the process of being confronted with extreme crisis that creates this sensitive sensitivity and reflection on political processes. Interestingly, we only find these remarks after great disasters, great wars, occupation, civil war, and so on. And this is also the tragedy of historians, that they always try to explain that some of this can be avoided if we only look at what happened in the past. And this, we only notice that this doesn't happen. On the other hand, the Greek experience is part of the general human experience. This always speaks of he always avoids to focus and to highlight normally the value of the Greeks and so on. But on the other hand, they have left extremely valuable text literature
translated these texts. For instance, Eleftherios Venizelos, who was the greatest statesman in Greece in the early 20th century, translated Thucydides. This was something that was more common in the 19th century or the early 20th century than it is nowadays, and this is something that has to do with education and priorities given in education. Thank you. I'm afraid that we have to stop here. Thank you very much. Also, in the name of Daniel for your interest.
Since 2001. He took his bachelor's degree from Queen's College, Cambridge, and his doctorate from St Antony's College, Oxford. And he taught at the University of Hull from 1972 to 1974 before joining the faculty of University College London, where he eventually became, in 1985, Professor of Dutch History and Institutions. And from there he moved to join the Institute. Jonathan's recent work has focused on the impact of radical thought, especially Spinoza and Diderot and the 18th century French materialists, on the Enlightenment and on the emergence of modern ideas of democracy, equality, toleration, freedom of the press and individual freedom. Jonathan became a Fellow of the British Academy in 1992, a corresponding Fellow of the Royal Netherlands Academy of Arts and Sciences in 1994, and he was made a Knight of the Order of the Dutch Lion in 2004. His distinction has been recognised by the award of very many prizes, as well as honorary doctorates from the Universities of Antwerp and Rotterdam. At the end of Jonathan's lecture, there will be opportunity for questions, followed by a reception in the Ford Hall Common Room, to which you're all invited. And today, Jonathan's title is The History of Basic Human Rights, the Declaration of the Rights of Man, 1789. Jonathan.
Thank you, Peter, for that introduction. And let me say to begin with that it's both a pleasure and certainly an honour to be able to address you on the 80th anniversary celebration of the Institute on the subject of human rights. Basic human rights lie, of course, right at the centre of our core values in Western society today. They're precious to us as a basic measure of social relations and the measure of right and wrong, as well as a growing factor in international affairs and a presiding feature in our otherwise rather sparse and somewhat dismal moral landscape. Everyone knows that in much of the world, political authoritarianism, dictatorship, child slavery, family pressure, matters of marriage, the caste system, numerous other practices stand in flagrant contradiction to the moral system that is basic human rights imply, and also at the theoretical level, many modern philosophies and religious traditions ignore or directly challenge and negate the principle of basic human rights. Now, as a historian, what I want to do in my lecture today is to go back to the beginning, the origin of our modern idea of basic human rights in the Enlightenment, and especially to the explosive, world-transforming debates surrounding the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen of 1789, and show how bitterly contested the idea was at its outset, and by showing the reasons for this, throw light on what appears to be a deep-seated difficulty and ambivalence, even to some degree repugnance, in our modern consciousness for the principle behind the principle, so to speak. That is, for the source of the inspiration for basic human rights, the inspiration of the source of our modern core values. When people speak of globalization now, what they mostly had in mind is world economic and trade integration, systems of rapid communication, and the new international politics of the post-Soviet Union era. But there's little doubt